Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at the Dead by Daylight patch notes and specifically one thing that they've done in this patch. One thing that rules over them all as probably one of the worst changes that's happened in this game ever. This one really takes the cake. Let's head on over to the 8.3.0 PTB. Finish a Mori. The killer may now kill the last survivor by performing a Mori. Improvements have been made to the cinematic Mori camera to better highlight these end of trial kills. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start off by saying this is a really good change. Having things and environmental set pieces be moved out of the way during Mori kills is a really good idea, because I cannot count the amount of times I've done a Mori as Demo or as Chucky and I've just jumped straight into the wall and I've not been able to see anything. This is a really good change. It stops killers from just clipping through space and time and just ripping the fabric of the game apart. It keeps immersion at an all-time high, and it stops things like grass blocking some of the coolest animations this game has to offer. So really good change there. Really nice. I'm a big fan of that. I really like that change. What I don't like so much, and I'm going to be honest with you, is everything underneath that. The changes that I can see that are going on to Ebony, Ivory, and Cypress Memento Moris. This is not what I think people meant when they said make yellow Mori base kit. I don't think this is what people meant, man. I think people meant something a little bit different. So it says the killer may now kill the last survivor by performing a Mori. Okay, so they've made yellow Mori base kit. Great, so that must mean that green and ebony Mori are staying the same, right? No, not at all, because that's what I thought. Cypress Memento Mori. Gain 10,000 blood points for performing any Mori on the last survivor. The green Memento Mori gain 20,000 blood points for performing a Mori, and the ebony one, you gain 30,000 blood points. This is strange. I don't understand this at all. Moris are one of the most fun things in the game. Being able to kill more than one survivor also gives you a little bit of a gameplay advantage at times as a killer. There's actually a gameplay related reason to bringing a Mori. It saves you getting flashlight blinded when you are picking up the final survivor, or picking up a survivor who's about to go onto death hook. You can secure that kill instead of risking getting flashlight blinded or pallet stunned or anything like that. You gain complete invulnerability and you can just kill them on the spot. The only reason I can see for them taking this out that would make any shred of sense is for lore accuracy. Most of you guys already know this, but obviously you're sacrificing survivors to the entity as a killer. The entity doesn't want the killer to kill people on their own. It wants to feed off of them, so it wants the killers to sacrifice the survivors. Having it only be characters like Michael and Pyramid Head who kill people on their own because they just don't really care what the entity thinks, I guess makes sense from a lore standpoint, because then you've got killers who don't care about what the entity thinks killing on a more regular basis if you bring something like a Tombstone add-on, but then killers like the Trapper are just limited to disobeying the entity a lot less, and he will disobey the entity a lot less once per match right at the end so that no one can see it. Real riveting stuff we've got going on here. Real riveting changes from patch 8.3.0. That's the only reason I can think of for changing it, but even then, is that really a good enough reason for removing the other two Moris? I don't think so. Personally, I really don't think you needed to remove the other Moris in order to implement Yellow Mori base kit. What I think would have been much better is Yellow Mori is now base kit, and the Yellow Mori now has a new effect. You can kill two survivors. So you get base kit yellow, and that means you can only kill one survivor, the final survivor of the game, if you manage to win that hatch standoff. And that's a base kit ability. I think that's good. No one really has a problem with that. I think most people would be absolutely fine with that. The new Yellow Mori effect, you kill two survivors, so you can kill one survivor whenever you like, but you also gain the ability to kill the final survivor as well. Green Memento Mori then does the same thing, except now it's three survivors, so you can kill two survivors during the trial, and you can kill the final survivor. And then Ebony Memento Mori stays the same as the ultimate killing machine, and if you bring it, you can just go on a rampage and you can kill everybody when they're on death hook. I think that would be a much better way to implement it. I doubt that's what they're going to do. In fact, that's not what they're going to do. This right here is what's happening. This is it. Great. But I think that would at least make people happier, because then Moris would not only be more common, and I think everyone likes Moris, but it would be better than what's happened here. It would make them more common. It would make them easier to do, because now yellow Mori would actually be worth something. Whereas as of right now, I don't think I've seen a yellow Mori used in literally years. I don't remember the last time I saw a yellow Mori get used. But with this update, they're just killing Moris entirely. Not to mention what's going to happen if they go ahead and the versions of the Memento Mori offerings that are on right now go into the live version of the game. It's going to cause some serious problems, and let's talk about that. Gaining extra blood points, as small amount of blood points as this is, 30,000, it's still enough to allow certain killer players to justify the slugging gameplay style. I think I speak for a lot of people here when I say slugging is pretty boring. No one wants to crawl around on the floor and be, well, a slug for more than really a minute. It's not really riveting gameplay. Really riveting stuff coming out of the 8.3.0 patch, huh? It's just not fun. It's not engaging. No one really enjoys it. And it seems to be something that the community and behavior have been at each other's throats about for quite a while now, because behavior don't think it's as big of a problem as the community do. And I guess that's fine, but it is a problem. It is a problem, and it should be addressed. More so just for quality of life than anything else. It's just a boring way that the game gets played. Incentivizing slugging, because you know that people are going to slug just to get Moris, because the only way you can get a Mori now is if you get a 4K and you sweat your way through the match. People are going to slug for that. They're going to prevent the hatch standoff as much as they can. If there's 2 survivors left, one of them is going to spend an infinite amount of time on the floor, and it's just going to lead... It's not going to be good, man. I don't know how this was how is this looked over? Why is this happening? Is there any reason for this to be happening? This is ridiculous. Encouraging a slugging playstyle is probably the worst change I've seen in a while in one of these things. I only recently got back into the game, and I've tried to catch up on as much as I could in terms of what's changed. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos and things like that to try and get my knowledge up. But this, just off the bat, I could instantly just form my own opinion on it, and see that it was a dreadful change. I play Killer more than I play Survivor. I play a lot of Chucky, and I play a lot of Michael, and I play a lot of Ghostface. I like all of their Moris. Michael's is a bit janky, it's a bit old now, but Chucky's and Ghostface's Moris are amazing. I love those animations, and the fact that I'm going to have to sweat my way through to a 4K now isn't the best thing in the world. It's not my favorite thing, because it completely reverses how Moris felt before. Bringing a Mori before almost felt like it took some of the pressure off. You didn't have to hook people when they were on death hook. You could just kill them. You could just hold M1 and the animation plays out. You sit back, you relax, grab a coffee, and just watch the Mori in all of its glory. But now, to get that animation, it's the complete opposite. The mindset completely changes. Now I'm going to have to be sweating my balls off if I want to get that Mori animation. So I'm not even really going to strive for it anymore. I never really strive for 4Ks. If a 4K happens, it happens. I feel like with this game, a lot of my games end up just going like, well, whatever happens, happens. If it's a good game, it's a good game. If it's a bad game and I'm getting stomped, I'm getting stomped. And usually I'm getting stomped pretty badly. But if I want to bring a Mori, it's because I want to have fun and I want to relax. If I don't bring a Mori, it's because I want to sweat for blood points, and I want to bring something like a Survivor pudding instead. No one is even going to bring these Memento Mori offerings. You may as well have just removed them from the game, removed the term Mori from the game, and replaced it with the word kill, because there's no point. There's no point in having the Moris in the game when all they give you is a 30,000 blood point increase. Do you know how little that gets you on the blood web? Do you understand how little that actually does? How small of a difference that makes? It makes basically no difference at all. And if you think I'm the crazy one and you think I am just ranting and raving here, let me share some posts from the community. There's this one. Danny Sand says, pose in front of Moris as much as you can, because after 8.3.0 drops, and if the killer doesn't have an ability to kill by hand or a perk to help, you won't be able to anymore. And it's just a bunch of photos of people photobombing, and it's just people having a good time. It's just something that's fun that's been removed. I mean, this is much less of a problem, I think, than the slugging thing, but it's removing fun from the game. It's something that was so unproblematic that is being removed, that never needed to go in the first place. It had no issue. There was no problem with the way that it was. And I feel like, yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if you've got something really, really cool, a really, really good idea, maybe try and fix it. Maybe try and do something new. But this is just completely out of left field. There was nothing wrong with Moris as they were. The only thing that Moris needed were to be base kit. That was it. They just needed to put one of the Moris as base kit, whether it was green or yellow. Most people leant towards it being the yellow one going base kit, but I wouldn't have minded if they put green as base kit as well. There'd still have to be some sort of strategy as to where you use it in the game, whether you use it early on or you use it in the late game. I don't know, but it did not need to happen this way. Moris have been absolutely gutted, and I am gutted about it. There's also this. So this is the official description of the new Memento Mori offerings. The Ivory Memento Mori grants 20,000 post-trial blood points, and it says, grant me the favor of killing one. This no longer makes sense, guys, because before this offering did exactly that. Grant me the favor of killing one, and if you offered this, you would be granted the favor of killing one. Now, it's more like, grant me the favor of 20,000 post-trial blood points so I can prestige my Nicolas Cage. It's stupid. It's stupid. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. What, where, why, who, when, what green light went through to allow this to happen? This is so dumb. This is so dumb. Words cannot describe how much I hate these changes. Yeah, you and me both, buddy. You and me both, many bees. You and me both. So anyway, that's the end of the video. If you like these changes, let me know. If you dislike these changes, let me know. I'm leaning towards really disliking them. I think some of them could have been executed so much better. All we needed was a base kit Mori, and that was it. That's the only thing that was needed. We didn't need to touch the green and the pink Mori offerings. They could have just stayed as they were, and I don't like how they have been handled. But anyways, that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I just wanted to come on here and talk about it because it's something I've been thinking about for a couple days now, and I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to make a video about it because I know a lot of other people are feeling the same. But anyway, that's the end of today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Real quick before I go, according to my analytics, only 7% of you are subscribed. So if you want to boost the channel, feel free to engage in some way. Even if that's a dislike, I will allow it. I will allow it just for that. But if you don't, that's completely fine too. Anyways, whatever you're doing, morning, evening, night, afternoon, hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.